Greetings, fellow productivity seekers. I am Garland Coulson, Captain Time, and welcome to my 2026 roundup of my top 10 productivity tools. I do these once every year, so these are the ones that I'm using going into 2026. So first off is Claude. Claude is an AI tool, and it's no surprise AI tools have several of them have climbed into my list because AI tools are getting better and better. What I like about Claude versus other AIs is it seems to give me a more human sounding, more empathic type of uh, output when I'm asking it to write letters for me and things like that. So here's an example where I ask it to write a warm email to a human resources manager, connecting with them about my productivity training. And then it comes up with this lovely message that I can then tweak and go ahead with. Important pro tip for any AI is go into the settings and customize it for your company, your brand, your voice, what you're doing. So this AI plus the other ones I use already knows I'm Captain Time and already knows what I do. So that's tool number one. These are not in any particular order. I did them in alphabetical order. So it's not that that was the number one tool and the other ones are lesser. But this is a tool I use every day. I have included affiliate links in the description and the article companion to this, but I only recommend tools that I use all the time. I don't recommend tools just because of an affiliate link. Number two is Gamma. And Gamma is a tool to create presentations. So this is my replacement for PowerPoint. And what is brilliant is that you can, of course, paste in your text for notes, import a file URL, generate from a template, or you can generate from a one-line prompt using all of these are using AI. So if I go in here and I say create a presentation about time blocking, and then I can choose, do I want this to be a presentation, a web page, a document, social post, or do I want 10 cards, or do I want 20, 30 cards, classic version or studio version? So it gives me a lot of options. Then I click on here and go generate outline. And then Gamma goes ahead and starts creating outline. I only did 10 cards because I wanted to have this demo be short for you. So it talks about what is time blocking, why it works, the cost of poor time blocking, etc. Here's the 10 cards. And if I click on generate, now it's going to generate the presentation for me. So just alone creating the outline that way with AI would be very useful. But now look at the way it just pulls this together and uses all of the writing, it will add in images for me and everything else. And I create new workshops every week. Like I'm continually doing presentations. I'm continually hired to do training for corporate teams. So as you can imagine, this saves me a lot of time when I'm creating those. So just give it a moment or two to finish here. I like that it includes common challenges because I like to include those in my workshops because often people get great information, but then they're struggling with how to go ahead and how to implement that. Okay, and if we go up here, scroll up to the top here, you'll see that it's got all these slides in with the images. And at this point, you can click here to edit any of these. If you don't like this image, you can click on the image and then you can go ahead and go edit image. And then you can go ahead and upload different images if you want, or create different AI images. And it has multiple models that it's using for AI images. So you can find one that's going to work with you. As I said, this saves me a ton of time. You can also present this right from the Gamma interface, or you can export it to a PowerPoint if you need to export offline. You can also share this with people just by creating a link, or in addition to sharing and exporting as a PowerPoint, it can also export as PDF, Google Slides, or PNGs. So a brilliant tool. Again, this one saves me a ton of time every day and is well worth your time. So next is Google Gemini, and Google Gemini is the main tools that I use to do my social media messages and my graphics for it as well. So if we look here, I've just put in where I'm going to have it create a social media message about this blog post. And then I didn't include the link yet because I haven't published the post. But here's where it says here's talks about the time bandits as we sail into 2026, and here's the ultimate gear for your productivity arsenal. I've just posted a brand new guide and etc. And so it provides that there very quickly. And then I can say if I wanted an image to go along with that, I can just write /p steam, which is what I'm using for creating my images. And of course, when you type in front of people, it always messes it up. Show Captain Time reviewing tools for productivity. Insert and let it churn away for a moment, and it will come up with a image. And of course, sometimes you have to tweak the image. Sometimes it puts some text on that doesn't work right away. But I'm really liking the Nano Banana graphics. It seems to be working very well for for the imagery for my steampunk branding that I'm using. So. Okay, next tool I'm using is Go High Level. Go High Level is an all-in-one tool for a CRM, for a marketing, your social media calendar. You can even design websites in it. You can have your online courses in it, online communities, and everything else. It's a brilliant tool. A little bit of learning curve, so I'm working with a consultant company that's helping me get it all figured out. I've just started, so I've got very few opportunities in it, but I am working in this fully. So every client I call now is being contacted through this. If I go to contacts and click on a contact here, then you can send the contact an email or a text message. You can tag them, contact source, website, LinkedIn, all the usual things you do over here on this side. You can take notes, you can add tasks. So everything's all in one place there for being able to contact people. It's got lots of great automation tools. You can create forms for people to sign up, and then they're added directly into your system. Has AI agents. As I said, the online courses, they're there under memberships, reputation management, reporting. Social media calendar is a great one. I really like that. So I go here to the marketing social planner, and then I click on the calendar view, and you can see that I've got my social media scheduled for the next while. It's already in place, so I'm not behind on my social media. Great tool, as I said, all in one. A little bit of a learning curve, but it's certainly having an impact on what I'm doing. So next tool is called Mangools, and this is a all-in-one search engine optimization suite that includes keyword research, uh, and the analysis, SERP checker, which is a tool that will analyze your SERP results, rank tracking, which tracks your ranking, backlink analysis that analyzes backlinks to your website, and site profiler that you can use that to check the SEO metrics of any of your sites. These are brilliantly done tools. If I go in here and I type in time management coach, a keyword I'd like to be found for. So go English here. And what it does is it then helps find keywords around this that I might be able to find. So it shows that time management coach is actually a good keyword because it's only got a difficulty level of 14 out of 100, but it has 1,400 searches a month. So it's a good one. I actually ranked number 5 for this according to the rank tracker in Mangools. So I can easily just add any of these ones that I like. So life coach time management, coaching for time management. I could actually go ahead and click on these and add to a list. So that lets me build a list very quickly of what I'm looking for, to see there. And so this is an example of where I did one on team productivity scorecards. I was easily able to find some keywords relating to that. So rank tracking as well. If I click on that, you can see, go to Captain Time, and it shows me which of my keywords are number one and what changes they've had. Further down, it shows, how many searches they get in a month. So it shows these ones so you can get a good feel for how much traffic you should receive. Here's a good one: OneNote versus Evernote article I did many years ago, but it's still, 8,100 searches a month, and I'm number 4 for that. So that works really good. Over here shows the top winners and top losers this month of what's gone up and down. So very, very easy to be able to track all of these. Next tool I use is called OnlyOffice, and OnlyOffice is a replacement for Microsoft Office. And so what I found, Microsoft Office raised their price on me by 26%, the monthly fee, and I just got annoyed because I'm paying so much in software subscriptions and it just seemed to be a lot of money to be paying. So therefore, what I did was I signed up for OnlyOffice. It's free and it lets me work with Microsoft Word documents, with Excel documents, with PowerPoint presentations, etc. So it does all the things that the Microsoft Office suite does, but it lets me do it with standard with a free tool instead of having to do that. So there's an example of a personal budget template in an Excel spreadsheet. What I like is it's very similar to Microsoft Office with the ribbon views and everything else up here. So it's very easy to work with from that perspective. And again, you can also create a ton of Word documents or presentations or things like that if you want to set up a resume, and it's got templates and all of those things as well. So okay, so the next tool that I'm using is Perplexity and Comet. Now, Perplexity is an AI tool that you see here. And what I use Perplexity for is it replaces Google search for me. So if I've got a question like, what is the Pomodoro technique? I ask it here, and instead of getting a whole bunch of ads shoved at me, what it gives me is an explanation, an AI summary of what the Pomodoro technique is, how it works, purpose and benefits, how it was, or the origin, everything else. So great tool for gathering that information quickly. What I love about Perplexity is it also has here all the citations of where it grabbed the information. So I can check this. So we've seen many cases where lawyers have made mistakes of using AI to do a law brief and then find out the case law they quoted was not valid or was not real because AI made it up. So in this case, I can go and check the actual stats, check things like case law and those kinds of things. But it goes beyond that. So what happens in addition is the whole browser you see here is actually the Comet browser, which is a AI-centric browser. In this case, what this does is it brings AI to everything here in this case. So for example, if I'm in Gmail and then I want to call up the assistant, I can call it up here to compose a reply, summarize the thread, do whatever within any tool I've already got open. So this helps where AI sometimes can't read, like for example, some AI can't read YouTube, can't read different things because it's locked behind logins. Then Comet doesn't have that problem. It also has a voice mode. Can't use it right now because I'm using my microphone already. But in the voice mode, you can talk to the Comet assistant, and it will talk back to you as well. So just like Star Trek in that case. So. Okay, next tool I'm using is called ScreenPal. And what ScreenPal is a tool much like Loom that lets you very easily capture your screen. And again, I can't show you to you right now because I'm already using the microphone and the webcam to capture things. But if I click on here on the recorder, it will allow me to record with screen, camera, or both. You can see it's already picked up my microphone here. And this allows me very quickly to do voiceovers and then to be able to share it. So once a video is created, it automatically creates a sharing link that you can send off to people. So I use this to delegate tasks to my assistants. I use this to tell my clients when my coaching clients ask me how to do something, then I can share that with them as well. So, okay, next tool I use is called TextBlaze. And TextBlaze is a tool that lets you create snippets of text, and then it lets you very easily insert those in anywhere. So as an example, I've got a um, something I send people when I connect on LinkedIn. I can just type in /li welcome, and it will send a welcome to people who have connected with me on LinkedIn, and it will drop in all of that information. So when I've met somebody at a business networking event, then it will actually send this email about grabbing a virtual coffee. What is very cool about this is this tool actually works with being able to key presses and other things as well, so that you can use it a lot more complex than just a copy and paste. So let's say here, if I wanted to send somebody email after I'd met them at a networking event, type /net follow. And what happened, this shows up here, coffee and collaboration. I go, hey, Bob, I enjoyed meeting you at, and I can have the name of the networking event, Chamber of Commerce, Mixer. And then I click on insert. And what it does is it puts in the subject line over here, then hits tab and puts in Bob's name and then puts in where we met and then goes ahead and sends them everything, including the link. And you notice the link here is from my productivity hub, which is my Go High Level. And so that is, again, my productivity hub, Go High Level, replaces the tools I used to use like Calendly to do that as well. So TextBlaze saves me a ton of time all the time. It's just one of those tools that saves me 6 to 8 hours a week. I can also assemble documents from multiple snippets. Let's say if we had chatted and I had told you about a tool called Xtiles, I can go /d Xtiles, and it will drop in my information about Xtiles. If we had chatted about TextBlaze, I can type /d TextBlaze. And it automatically drops in information about TextBlaze as well, including my reviews, my affiliate links, and everything else that's in there. So this lets me create modular documents that I can use on the fly there. So. And that takes us to the final number 10, which is Xtiles that I just mentioned here. So this is my Xtiles. This is my weekly planner. So this shows all the tasks that I'm to work on today. And as I tick each one, it will show up as done. I can also create recurring tasks here, which I love. And if I want to drill down and see the tasks differently, I can click, for example, on my Edmonton Business Hub and see all of my upcoming tasks coming up for the Edmonton Business Hub, sorted, that way, sorted by due date. And so I can gather everything under my coaching, under my marketing, my product development, my publishing. I can gather all of those there. I can also set up for an event calendar. I've got my upcoming events that I have to do for my presentations, my workshops, and things like that. I've also set up a tab here for my content creation. So this is where I've currently have at the point where I've written the article for my top 10 productivity tools. And so I can see at a glance where I'm at in my content creation journey in this case. So yeah, it's a great tool. Over here, you've got tons of templates when you're creating these things, vision boards, goal setting, values, growth hacking, yearly reviews, meal planners, ADHD things, a wish list, anything that you can think of is probably here and someone's developed it. Or you can just create a blank page from scratch. And when you do that, you can add a tile to it. And the tile lets you add tons of things. So if I just add a simple tile here, then I'm going to add more context to it. I can add a task, bookmark, image, headings, dividers, and tables, images, videos, bookmarks, files, PDF, code, checklists, a toggle list, bullet lists, YouTube videos, maps, slides, etc. So it's a great tool. It's like a more visual version of Notion, which I really like, and I love that it gives you really easy ways to create different kinds of looks and colors and everything else in your tiles. And I will link to the full reviews that I've done on these tools there. So these are the tools that I'm using in 2026 to excel, to get everything done, to be able to take my business to new levels. If you have questions about any of these tools, reach out. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons to help others find this content. And thank you so much for listening. And here's hoping for 2026 to be your best year ever.